Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Planet Zoo today. Today is World Wildlife Day. So I thought instead of doing a specific exhibit, we could work on the entrance of our One World Zoo. So I had an idea in my head about what I wanted to look like, but my sizing was totally off, and how exhibits worked and buildings and stuff didn't work quite the way I wanted them to. So the first 5, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, no, it's not 10 minutes of this, like the first 8 minutes of this, I had an idea and I was just playing with the different building blocks and stuff, and I had this really cool, I wanted this waterfall feature inside, and I wanted to have this really garden atrium type vibe with exhibit animals in the middle, and have some information booths and stuff for the people. But then it kind of didn't really, I ended up, once I had completed it, I just didn't really like it the way I had thought I would. So I had deleted it and ended up doing something similar but smaller, and we did end up with the waterfalls at the end. But I did like the initial design of the waterfalls, so I might incorporate that into a different design later. But I figured, a zoo or anything has more to it than just the habitats and the animals, and I thought this was a good way to incorporate some of the animals that don't necessarily have their own day, the different spiders, insects, things along those lines. So in the middle, I ended up making a series of 4 exhibits with the Goliath beetle, I think a scorpion, and 2 spiders ended up being on the inside, because through all of the days and stuff I haven't found anything for insects or arachnids or scorpions or anything like that. So reptiles have their own whole day, so the snakes and stuff are covered. Turtles have their own day. Crocodiles have their own day. So I thought it would be a good way to kind of incorporate more of those smaller exhibit animals. And there is a World Frog Day later on this month, and a International Seal Day, and World Bear Day. So we've got quite a few animals being added to the zoo later on. But working on this entrance gave me a good opportunity to kind of play with a few of the different mechanics and stuff, and kind of get an idea for how different things work and how different things work together, and how to incorporate different things into the zoo, because I want to be able to, represent all of the different biomes and continents and cultures and stuff with these different animals, and kind of represent the different animals throughout the world. And I think at some point during this recording footage, I had laid out paths for future habitats and stuff too, because I'm kind of going with the idea of spreading out the habitat by continent. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do it by continent, biome, or just however. But I think ultimately I'll do it by continent. So Africa's on that side where the hippos are, and then the Chinese pangolins will be, the more Asian type of animals. Obviously some animals are found across different continents, polar bears are Europe and North America, but Europe isn't actually, I think, going to get a section because all of their animals can be found on a different continent as well. They all overlap. It's something they don't have anything specifically unique to them, where as all of the other continents have something unique to them. So it makes it hard to not have those. We also added a bunch of trees throughout the area to kind of make it look more full and more finished. So behind the hippos and the zebras, we added a bunch of trees that are found in like the grassland, savanna type biome. The trees that are found in those habitats, just to kind of fill it out a little bit more and make it look a little bit more complete, a little bit more thorough, a little bit more lush. Which I think overall it did actually come out pretty nicely. It is a lot of trees, which is interesting. I'm torn. I do like the habitats, but at the same time, they're not that much work, realistically. At this point, so I kind of wanna do better. I'm gonna try and do better for them. We'll see how I do. And so this is me trying to get the roof how I want it. I wanted the glass roof, but there's so many different choices. But yeah, it was kind of after I finished this roof that I was kind of like, and you know, the ever general basic zoo management. As always, I think I will try to, you know, build paused a little bit more, just to not have to keep stopping what I'm doing and going and fixing things, but at the same time I don't mind it running and being distracted for a moment. So you can tell I was like, oh, glass windows, like these would be pretty, and I go through and I do this whole little garden thing, and that's what kind of makes me think, well, that would be kind of cool if we could just kind of, you know, duplicate what I created here throughout, you know, the whole kind of area, which I haven't really done a lot of, like plants and garden stuff in general. I haven't really done a whole lot of. I've done, you know, the trees, I've done some rock type stuff, but I haven't really incorporated a whole lot of plant life and lighting. I haven't really incorporated a whole lot of lighting into what I do either. So I deleted it. I had to add heaters to the pangolins. They were suddenly like, we're cold. I was like, So then I decided, I was like, I don't like it. So I deleted everything, and it is a pain in the butt to delete benches and ATMs and things. Like, you can't multi-select them. Like, they are a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt to do. So yeah, be committed before you place a ton of benches and things. I was a little annoyed with the paths. The paths didn't want to quite do what I wanted them to. They didn't quite want to match up the way I wanted them to match up. We did eventually figure it out. I did eventually, like, okay, this is what I want to do. And then I deleted this path, and it wouldn't let me remake the path. So I had to undo a bunch of stuff. Be like, okay, path made. I don't know. So some of the mechanics in this game are super goofy. Like, if you cross that line, and everything has its own grid. So then you're just like, but then I could make, you know, the exhibits work, and this was much smaller, much more reasonable scale. It was still fairly large, but I ended up putting like a garden from each different biome in each of the corners, and that kind of felt a little bit more complete, and I could still fit, the different information booths I wanted in there. We didn't actually end up with a bathroom in this area, but I figured that was okay, kind of, Sometimes aesthetics are more important than functionality. I don't know. So we're going through it, but I think overall I am happy with it. I think a lot of it comes down to my patience level. Sometimes I have all the patience in the world for all of these different plants, and sometimes I don't. And as we go through, you'll kind of see some habitats and things I'm doing have all of these details, and sometimes I'm very reliant on previously made things and blueprints and all sorts of different things, but I try to find easy way outs, and sometimes I want to do every little teeny tiny rock. But I have really been enjoying the zoo. I have really been enjoying the idea behind the zoo, where, it's focusing and getting to share with you guys the different animals and giving you guys links to the different information about what we can do to help those animals, or even just information about it. So there's a little bit left to finish out, and then there's some screenshots at the end. So thank you guys